Hey all you website builders, or want to be website builders, welcome back to our series on how to build a website. This is part 3, so if you missed part 1 and 2, then head over to my YouTube channel and start learning some new stuff. Now before we get started here, I want to make an announcement. Now if any of you have been following me on YouTube or maybe subscribed to me, you might have already seen this, but for all of you who haven't, I have announced a new and improved DWTUT, Dream Over Tut, website. Now, if you'd like to watch a trailer to this website announcement, there will be a link in a video response to this video that I'm going to be uploading, the one that I am recording right now. Alright, now that that is out of the way, let's get started. In this tutorial, I'm going to be helping you create two things, a header and a footer. Now, what exactly is a header and footer, you may ask? Here is a picture, actually, that I downloaded from Google, just to show you guys. Alright, as you can see, this will be a simple website layout, and as you can see, that has a header, body, and footer. Now what a header and a footer does is pretty much contain the body of your website. Think of your body. You have a head. You have your head actually, which think of that as your head of your website. Now you have your feet, of course, and think of that as your footer to your website. Now, if you think of your body as your website, if you think of your whatever is between your head and your footer, and take that and maybe put that into a metaphoric being of the body of your website. So anything between your header and your footer would be your content. So what the point is here is that the header and the footer allow your user to acknowledge that either that your website has started or your website has ended. With the header, it allows the user to know that your website has, or your content will be coming up. And then your footer allows the user to acknowledge that your content has ended. So these are really two great little things to add to your website. Now I'm going to be using Photoshop, and for all of you who have been following me also should know that I use a lot of Adobe products. So I'm going to be using Adobe Photoshop. You can use any editor. I prefer Photoshop because it is simple and good for what we are doing as of in these series. So after you open up Photoshop, mine's going to load here a sec. Alright. Alright, now that it is loaded, come up to the File and under File, hit New. Now we're going to just name this header. Alright. Now, if you come down to the presets here, click that, hit the drop down or throw up menu here. Click on Web. Alright. You can use any size actually you want, but the basic, if you come down here, they have a leaderboard, which is kind of a basic size for a header. Alright, I'm going to hit OK. Alright, create the document. Size this up. Alright, now that we have our document created, I'm just going to delete this block in the under the layers panel. So we just have a layer there that's completely editable. And I'm going to come here to my desktop, and remember we saved a colors file here, a text document, and it saves all of our colors that we use. So I'm going to hit Command C on there and come into our color picker. I'm going to set a foreground color in the right here. In this text field, I'm going to Command V or Control V if you're on a Windows computer, and that will paste the code, the hex code in there, and it will Adobe Photoshop will automatically recognize that as our color. Now I'm going to use a gradient for the background, and actually I'm going to use a background color of black. Alright, now in the gradient, I'm going to just select the gradient tool, and if you don't have it, it's probably hiding under your paint bucket, but it's right there. I'm going to hold down Shift, which this allows me to draw a completely straight line. I'm just going to drag it down to here. Alright, that looks like a good color. So since I'm only building this for a false website, that I'm going to be creating this false website for our tutorials, just for our tutorials, you'll not be able to access it anyways, unless I upload it to an actual real web server. But I'm just creating this for the simplicity of these series. So anyways, back to the project here. You want to create a background, then we want to add what we will need to add is our logo. Now in our previous tutorial, I think that was part 2, created this logo here. Alright, and we're going to use this logo in our banner or in our header. So we're going to grab it, drag it onto the Photoshop, and drag it onto this dialog box and put it in there. I'm going to size it down actually. If you come up here all the way to the top, there's 2 text fields that we're going to edit. I'm just going to size mine down just so, actually, if you can see here that the edges are just touching the edge of my background. I want it so the user can see the complete circle of my logo, so I'm just going to size this down. And here, again, size down and hit enter. Or click this check mark. As you can see, it's very easy to see. I'm just going to Command A and come get our pointer tool. I'm going to align it to the center, the vertical center, and align it to the left edge. Command D or Control D. I'm going to just use my arrow keys to nudge it over just a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to create a few styles on this, including a drop down shadow. Now this shadow can be completely customized right here, but I have my settings exactly where I like them. Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw this up at 180 degrees, or how about 90? Yeah, let's throw it up at 90. Bring the opacity down just a little bit. That way it's not like standing out there so much. I just want to drop shadow. Alright, now I'm going to leave it at that actually. Hit OK. Now we're going to add some text. I'm going to grab my text tool. Alright, and come in and create a new layer. And I'm going to name this. If you double click on that, text. Actually, main text. I cannot click. Okay. Now it's named main text. Now I'm going to grab my text tool, click on the document, and put the font up to 48 with the color of white. Alright, I've got Mirrored Pro and semi-bold. I'm just going to name Custom PC World. Because remember, this is going to be used on a website named Custom PC World. Again, Command A and align this vertical and horizontal. Command D. Now that that is aligned directly in the center, I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to add some styles to this. Alright, I'm going to apply a gradient overlay. Now this gradient overlay kind of makes it so the text is a little, instead of just flat, it's kind of maybe eased, possibly eased out. You can play around with these too. I'm going to just keep mine how they are. Okay. And I'm also going to apply a outer glow. Now, why I am applying an outer glow is to give it this shiny, kind of a silvery effect. Now, outer glow, if you want these effects, I just kept my opacity at 10% with a color of white. Okay. And my inner glow, pretty much the same thing, 15% with white again. I'm going to hit OK. As you can see, it kind of gives it that glow effect. Now, usually on headers, they have their text, logo, and possibly a slogan. Okay, I'm just going to add that slogan now. Text tool again, new layer. Name this layer for the simplicity of finding it in if I need to. I'm just going to name this slogan. All right. Select that layer, and in here I'm going to grab a 14 size font. I'm just going to say building high quality PCs for you. Alright. Again, I'm going to grab my pointer tool, Command A again, and align this to the right edge, alright, and a vertical center. Command D. Then I'm going to use my arrow keys just to nudge it just a little bit. I'm going to move it over there. I'm going to grab my text tool and select it again, Command A. I'm going to size it up actually to an 18. Alright? Now I'm just going to apply a few styles here. Just a simple gradient should do. I'm not going to add any shiny effects actually. I'm going to put a drop shadow down there. Alright? So it looks like my slogan is kind of popping out. Now I'm going to keep this. I'm pretty much happy with this how it is. So I'm going to hit Command S, Control Save. On my desktop as header.psd. Okay. Then I'm also going to save this out as a PNG. Control Shift Save. Header PNG. Save. Place. Okay. The reason it replaced is because I already built this just as a test, so to speak. So I'm going to hit Command New again, and it's going to give you the same exact options, but we're going to name this as footer, right? And you can keep it the same. I'm going to actually bump mine up to 130 pixels in height because I prefer my headers, or my footers, my footers to be just a little bit thicker. I'm going to hit OK. As you can see, it's just a little bit thicker. Okay. Again, do the same. Delete the lock. Again, grab your gradient tool. Select your colors. Grab your gradient tool. Shift. And about in the right spot. Drag all the way down. Right? Now, I'm going to do a little different here. I'm not going to add any text other than a copyright text. And I'm just going to double click on my background, layer 0, and add a inner shadow. Now what's nice about inner shadow, you can see the effect here if I click it. Makes it look like a thing is being pushed in. So I'm going to kind of keep it that way. I'm going to just select 90. Alright, so it looks like it's coming straight up. I'm going to play around actually here. 80, no, too much. Actually, I'm going to just keep that, oh wait, negative 90. No, that looks like it's popping out. Alright, I'm going to just keep it at 90, the angle. Alright, now I'm going to hit OK. So now it looks like the footer is kind of being pushed in. Now, I'm going to add some text. I'm just going to go with a 60. Alright, new layer. And this background, name this one, oops, name this one text. I'm just going to add a little text here called copyright, or no. To get the copyright symbol on a Mac, it's actually Option G. But if you're on Windows, I can't remember how to do it on Windows. I haven't actually designed on a Windows machine for quite a while. But if you really want to know, you can search up on Google how to make a copyright sign on a Windows machine. And that should lead you there. Alright, DWTUT copyright 2007 to 2011. Oops. 2011. And as you can see, this is way too big, so I'm going to size it way down there. 30 should do. Alright, Command A. Again, center this text. Command D. Alright. I'm just going to add some effects here. Might as well. Make it a little more homey. Alright. Make it so it can match everything. Silver. I'm going to add that silver glow to it. Might as well. I don't know if I want to drop shadow. I think I'm going to leave it just the way it is. Okay. So there, I'm going to Command S, save it as a footer.psd on my desktop. Again, save, Command Shift S, saves it as a PNG. Save, yep. So if we go here, we have our header PNG here, which is right here. Okay, custom PC world, building high quality PCs for you with our logo on the left side. Then if we come in here again, grab our footer.png, there's our footer. Alright, so check out my YouTube video, check out this announcement, this website stuff. I finally got a break and I built this whole new website at dwtut.co.cc. Check out my website on my YouTube. It should be my newest video other than this one. It's kind of a preview for what it is. So what this new website that I just built is, it's not up and running yet. You can actually check it out, but it isn't at our original domain name, so it won't be up until, I think that's tomorrow, right? Yep, tomorrow. Alright, so thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Come back next time when we have our next one video out, and as always, check out the website.